This story is titled Never Happened, written and read by myself, Micah Bates. These are war stories that never happened. Even if I could wipe away the fog of time, remember the scars when they were still raw, and scrawl out that truth in words, I wouldn't tell you. Specialist Nuno never remembered to bring earplugs to the firing range. It didn't matter how many of the little cardboard boxes filled with squishy yellow foam plugs they gave him. He stuffed cigarette butts in his ears instead. Stupid doctors never understood the genius in that health hack. Must not have worked, though. When the deployment ended, Nuno kept looking for ways to drown out the noise. Got so drunk he rampaged the barracks bare-chested, swinging his hatchet. Would have been fine if he hadn't attacked the MPs. No one got hurt bad, but they kicked Nuno out of the army. That hurt him more than anything else could. He swapped out the cigarette butt in his ear for a 9mm hollow point. After the funeral, our somber crew huddled in a poorly lit VFW bar that smelled like mildew and stale peanuts. Sergeant Rodriguez summed it up best. He raised his pint and studied the squad with tired eyes, lip fat with chew. The silence ticked by until he let out a heavy sigh and set down his beer, untouched. If you find a moral in that, you're looking too hard. There's nothing there. It never happened. PFC Terry's knife didn't slide in the way he'd imagined. It wasn't quick or smooth. The dog howled, writhing under his knee as he stabbed it again and again. The blade, sharpened over countless hours, caught on tough cartilage and bone. It took a bit, but he got the job done, gave the squad a few hours of peace and quiet. A donkey brayed in the chill of early dawn, calling up the sun. Morning prayers rumbled from a shadowed mosque. There wasn't a knife sharp enough to shut up all that. Now, Terry works IT, dotes on his twin girls, and posts pictures of his German shepherds. Or at least he would, if the story was true. Lieutenant Daniels got fucked by his fiancée, and not the way you'd think. Nope. Dumb officer tacked her pictures to a scrap wood shelf with rusty nails scavenged from logistics. A Haji rocket blew it all to hell. The blast ricocheted off a concrete bunker and tore through his tent. When the medics cut away the deflated canvas and tried to pull the shelf off Daniels, the flat heads of the nails caught under his skin. Her love letters ended in his shrieking screams. War, love, and pain. A goddamn army tradition. If that story didn't make you laugh, you're missing the point. You had to be there. Piss bottles aren't allowed. Disgusting to have a tent full of them, hidden under bunks and behind rucksacks. Private Jeffrey tried to sneak an empty MRE box full of piss bottles to the trash heap in the dead of night. The heavy cardboard box slipped out of his hands and hit the ground so hard the bottle caps burst, drenching him in geysers of stale urine. Not enough soap in the world to wash that away. You're probably wondering what Pissface is up to now. Nobody knows. He didn't stay in touch. Sergeant Jacobs put an ammo can on top of a claymore and cheered when they set it off. The directional anti-personnel mine turned the metal can into an IED with the click of a detonator. Their mundane day at the range shredded into instant chaos. Jacobs bled out before they got him to the surgical tent. Nothing high speed about that day. Except for the shrapnel. That story's too stupid to be true. Even if it did happen, you could never admit it. Nothing to do except give his wife a flag and tell everyone he died for his country. Specialist King said he was going to shoot someone before we even left base. 6 months is too long to go without firing a round. Pressure needs a release. And the kid was running away. Only a guilty fucker would run from the good guys. Medic patched up the kid's bloody leg, surrounded by burqa-draped women who screamed so loud they had to be dragged to another room. Afterwards, they gave King a medal and promoted him to sergeant. That story's too stupid to be true. Forget that one. The bullet, the kid, the medal, it's better if they're not real. Never fucking happened. Broken legs are a hazard of the terrorist profession. Jarring Humvee rides in the middle of the night come with a bump or two. Private Becker's 260 pounds of muscle sitting squarely on the terrorist's back probably didn't help. When the Humvee bounced over a drainage ditch, there was a snap, followed by a guttural squeal. Raghead couldn't even hold his twisted leg because his hands were zip-tied behind his back. Can't explain that one to a civilian. Morals are different when death is waiting behind every darkened doorway, dusty car, and freshly dug patch of earth. I'm glad it never happened. It would be hard to forget that snap. Gimme candy! Gimme candy! Bright-eyed and dirty-faced kids are the worst. Loud and crowding at all the wrong times. Rattled nerves, heavy machine guns, and kids blocking the view is a crap combination. If you peg 'em with a peppermint, they'll snag it out of the dirt and smile for another. Private Hughes proved that Haji kids can't fly. During a drive-by, Hughes launched a beef teriyaki MRE from the back of the 5-ton truck and knocked one of them off a stone wall. Kid didn't bounce back up like usual. Now, Hughes is the nurse holding your mom's hospital gown closed, helping her shuffle to the bathroom after her hip replacement. Terry coaches your kid's soccer team. Becker's the sunburned chain smoker holding the stop sign for the never-ending construction on your commute to work. And King's the police officer, letting you know your headlight's out. And their stories are nothing. If you ever get Rodriguez drinking again, he'll tell you about some combat missions that'll make your insides pucker. But not me. I'm doing all right. I got out clean. Just don't ask me about the war. You don't want to know, and I'm not going to tell you about all those things that never happened.